Whether you're a fan or new to the NFL, there's one standout player you absolutely need to know about, and that is Randy Moss. In soccer, some arguments, like regarding Messi, can't be debated. Cristiano, Ronaldo, Maradona, among others, are widely regarded as the best in history. But if we engage in a discussion about raw talent, there's one name that cannot be overlooked. Even though he doesn't stand out as much as they do, you have to agree that his extraordinary talent was truly unmatched. Ronaldo Nazario. In American football, that is Randy Moss. As context, the best receiver in NFL history is undeniably Jerry Rice. There's no debate. His numbers and legacy are unmatched. Others mention Calvin Johnson as the most physically dominant, but when it comes to pure talent and natural playing skills, Randy Moss's receiver position is unmatched. This is just the introduction. Do you want to know what he had that made him different from any other receiver? Stay tuned to find out. Learn about the most talented receiver today in NFL history. Randy Moss was born on February 13, 1977, in the state of West Virginia. From an early age, he showed exceptional talent in multiple sports. In high school, he attended DuPont High School, a well-known local institution, where he excelled in football, basketball, track and field, and baseball. In football, he led his team, the DuPont Panthers, to consecutive state championships. He earned the title of Player of the Year in football in West Virginia and was honored with the prestigious title of Player of the Year in basketball on 2 separate occasions. Despite challenges, he continued on his path. In his senior year of high school, he became involved in an incident, impacting his future in academics and sports. This altercation, although not related to American football, had significant consequences. The University of Notre Dame, which had offered Moss a sports scholarship, decided to withdraw it due to this incident. Moss persevered despite the setback. He decided to enroll at Florida State University, where he enthusiastically joined the local football team. However, he faced another obstacle. He tested positive on a drug test. He was expelled from the team as a result, and the unfortunate loss of his scholarship. Losing his chance to play in Division I college football, but sure of his talent, Moss found a new opportunity at Marshall University. In his first season, he broke records. With 78 receptions for 1,700 yards and 28 touchdowns, leading Marshall to a national championship in his division. He continued his dominance with 96 receptions for 1,820 yards and 26 touchdowns, record for touchdown receptions set in a single season. Throughout these years, Randy Moss showed that, despite obstacles and challenges, his generational talent and determination, they helped him overcome adversities and leave a significant mark in the world of college football. After a successful college career, Randy Moss was ready to take the next big step. He was selected by the Minnesota Vikings in the highly competitive NFL. In the first round of the draft, with the 21st overall pick. His talent is undeniable. Some teams hesitated to draft him due to his history of off-field incidents. Considering this issue, in the league's history, there have been generational talents who wasted their careers due to such incidents. However, the Vikings recognized his potential, and they decided to bet on him. From his inaugural NFL game, he showed that his talent was unmatched. November 25th, during a memorable and iconic Thanksgiving game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys, Randy Moss left an indelible mark on the NFL with a performance that would become legendary. In this game, Moss had only 3 receptions. Those 3 receptions were touchdowns. 3 passes accounted for 163 yards. This particular game was not merely another win for the Vikings, but rather a resounding statement that Moss was indeed a truly unique player. With a blend of talent, confidence, and boldness, he made it clear to millions of viewers that his remarkable dominance in the NFL was just beginning. Rookie season performance: Moss recorded 1,313 yards and 16 TDs, setting a record for a rookie receiver in the NFL. Outstanding performance earned him the prestigious Offensive Rookie of the Year award and a Pro Bowl selection. In addition, he was named All-Pro in his first year, an honor reserved for the league's best players. After one rookie season, his future awaits. The NFL realized that Randy Moss, not a typical receiver, but a generational talent, his explosive speed made him a nightmare on long plays, leaving defenders behind as if they were absolutely motionless. His supernatural jump, air control, and huge sticky hands allowed him to make impossible catches while skillfully adjusting his body in midair in a way that very few people could ever truly imagine. Moss didn't just play football, he dominated it, and his star mentality terrified defenders, who knew that at any moment he could change the course of the game with a spectacular play. That is precisely what made him truly unique and special. It was how he combined these skills. And barely was he establishing himself as the most talented player, unpredictable and exciting in ways that the game had never seen before. What Randy Moss did in his rookie season was just the beginning. From there, the whole league knew who he was and feared what he could do, but still, no one was able to stop him at all. During his formative years with the Minnesota Vikings football team, Moss quickly became every defender's worst nightmare on the field. He can catch any deep pass and skillfully turn it into a touchdown. Was almost ridiculous. Quarterback threw the ball into the air. It didn't matter if he was covered by 1 or 2, or even 3 defenders. Somehow, he emerged from the chaos with the ball firmly in hand. The numbers backed up his dominance. In his second season, he recorded 80 receptions, 1,403 yards, and 11 touchdowns, and by the year 2000, he was already leading the NFL in receptions over 40 yards. His connection with the quarterback, the back down the cool pep, made the Vikings offense look like a video game. Long bombs, impossible catches, and spectacular touchdowns that left everyone truly in awe. Defenders looked at him with respect and fear. Defenses devised unique strategies specifically tailored just for him, like the Moss rule, where teams would line up 2 or 3 players just to try to stop him. But unfortunately, it simply didn't work out. In 2003, he had his best season with the Vikings, with 11 receptions, 32 yards, and 17 touchdowns. Figures. He was recognized as the league's top receiver. Every Vikings game was a spectacle, and every long pass thrown in his direction seemed, inevitably, to end in 6 points. Moss didn't just play, he dominated. It didn't matter at all if the defense clearly knew the ball was going to him. They knew what was coming, and still couldn't do anything effective to stop it from happening. Randy Moss is a dominant player. It seemed like his success would never end. But in the NFL, circumstances can change quickly. In 2005, after years with the Vikings, he was traded to the Oakland Raiders. Everything began to unravel there. The Raiders were a chaotic team, with a disorganized offense, and there was no quarterback available who could effectively utilize his talent. Moss transformed from being the league's most electrifying superstar to a frustrated and unmotivated receiver. In his first season in Oakland, his numbers fell sharply: 60 receptions, 1,005 yards, and only 8 touchdowns. For any other receiver, it would be a great year. But for you, it was mediocre. In 2006, things got even worse. You only caught 42 passes for 553 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Raiders were a sinking team in disarray, and Moss appeared to be a truly wasted talent. In the wrong place, many began to wonder if it seemed that his best days were behind him. Was Randy Moss finished? Resurgence followed. In 2007, Bill Belichick, New England Patriots team, they noticed something unknown to others, that Mott still had a lot to give, and when they acquired him, in a trade for a 4th-round pick, it was as if they had brought him back to life. Now he would play with Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback in history, and with an offensive strategy that could effectively maximize his unique talent. What happened that season was legendary. With the Patriots, Moss reclaimed his title as the league's top receiver, but he had the best season of his career, finishing the season with 98 receptions, 93 yards, and a record 23 touchdowns, surpassing Jerry Rice's legendary mark of 23 each week. The Patriots were destroying their rivals, and the duo of Brady and Moss became an unstoppable nightmare. 50-yard bombs, impossible receptions, desperate defenses with no answers. In short, Moss had made a remarkable comeback and was stronger than ever. Their season was so overwhelmingly dominant that the Patriots stood out. They ended the regular season without losses, an extraordinary achievement not seen in a long time. They successfully made it to the prestigious Super Bowl, but, unfortunately, they lost to the Giants team. Despite that, Randy Moss, the man who 2 years earlier seemed finished, was at the top of American football once again. After his historic season with the New England Patriots, Randy Moss's career began to decline in 2000. The Patriots traded him back to the Minnesota Vikings, but his second stint with the team was both brief and quite troubled. He only played 4 games before being released, due to ongoing conflicts and disagreements with the coaching staff members involved. He was ultimately claimed by the powerful Titans. His influence was slight. To finish the season, it seemed his NFL career was over. However, in 2012, he shocked everyone by rejoining the 49ers. At 35 years old, he wanted his Super Bowl. He was no longer as dominant a player as before. He showed flashes of his talent and played a crucial role in helping the team reach the Super Bowl against the Ravens. However, the 49ers lost the game, and Moss, without a championship ring, chose to finally retire from the NFL for good. Although his career didn't have a fairy tale ending, his legacy was preserved. A revolutionary receiver with unmatched talent, changed the game's playing style significantly at his position. The debate intensifies here. Jerry Rice is the greatest receiver of all time for his consistency, longevity, and discipline. Calvin Johnson was a physical monster with unique size and speed. However, what truly made Moss stand out was his exceptional, pure talent. He didn't require an obsessive work ethic quite like that of Rice, nor a dominant physique like Johnson. He simply had natural abilities that no one else has had in football. It's like comparing Cristiano Ronaldo to Ronaldo, Nazario, or Ronaldinho. One worked tirelessly to be the best, and the other had magic in his feet, with apparent ease. There is no more streak here. Randy Moss's legacy goes beyond the numbers. His playing style changed the NFL and influenced generations, and left iconic phrases in the sport. Even now, a receiver can make a spectacular catch over a defender, commentators say. The fact that jumping to catch the ball, to be over someone is called a Moss, only shows how legendary he is. The NFL has undeniably had exceptional receivers, but if we specifically discuss pure talent, Randy Moss is the best in history. He wasn't merely a receiver, he was an extraordinary phenomenon. His speed, his jump, and his ability to make impossible plays. This achievement truly made him one of the greatest legends in the history of the NFL. His influence persists in all top-performing receivers. Today, his legacy is eternal. What do you think? Is Moz the most talented ever? Or do you have another candidate you would like to argue? If you like this video, join the channel and enable alerts to continue uncovering the story of the legends of the NFL. See you in the next video.